I still remember the very first time I heard Odyssey music being played and I had goosebumps all over my arm. And I watched a performance and then I noticed that the movements were different. Everything was different about Odyssey and there was something about it that sparked a huge joy inside of me. And I noticed or experienced this when I had my first Odyssey class. I was 13 years old. And as time went on, I realized that this form, I found that I could express myself very, very clearly with Odyssey. And I found this freedom that I never really experienced anywhere else. For as long as I can remember, I'd always wanted to be a mom. I always imagined being pregnant, having my first child, and I'd be the happiest person in the world. But then when I had kids, my first pregnancy were twins. So I never really got to enjoy that whole singleton experience. And when I did eventually become a mom, I very soon realized that that was not the answer to true happiness. I felt like a huge chunk of me was missing, but I had no idea how to bring it back. I didn't know what was missing. I think a lot of my life was dissected into periods of time. So there was the part of me that was single, young, and danced a lot. And then I got married, and then suddenly dance was missing. Let's try this out, make a studio at home. So I moved my husband's TV, sofa, and all his man cave things out of the basement, and I put in floor-to-ceiling mirrors, and it became my cave. I commissioned new works from India. I started dancing more. I started conditioning my body, and that took a long time to get back to where I was when I stopped dancing. But then somehow, the more I was dancing, the less upset I got. I sort of could see a light at the end of the tunnel. But at the same time, I was still struggling with my identities of being a dancer and being a mother and being a wife and trying to find a balance with all these roles. But once I started dancing, I told myself that I couldn't stop. And then I got pregnant again with Tara, with my third child. And I decided that the pregnancy was not going to stop me. It led me to a duet, a full-length Odyssey duet with Tara in my belly at 7 months pregnant. And it was a success. Tara was born, and I'm still dancing. I haven't stopped since then. I thought about the relationship between the audience and performer, which is a sacred relationship in Indian classical dance, whereby the performance is not complete if the audience is not present because of the transference of the form, of rasa, of the emotions, etc., etc. So then I thought, why do we need this gap or this barrier between the audience and performer? I would like to work towards narrowing it or eradicating it altogether, because I seriously believe that art and life should coexist, and I think we need to have more fun with art altogether. Odyssey has and will always be very, very special until today. If I've had a very bad day or if I've had a really bad week or, I just needed a sort of escape, 20 minutes with Odyssey just does the job. I'm done with fairy tales. I think it's time we create our own stories, say what you want to say, express yourself, and it's okay to break the cycle. Create new paths, create new narratives, create new stories, create new characters. This is my message to you. Don't be afraid. Ask the questions. Break the cycle.